Welcome to the second tutorial video in our Scratch series. In this video, we're going to be looking at looks and sounds. So let's get started. Now the first thing we need to do is go to create and open up just a blank Scratch project. And we're going to name it tutorial 2. So delete that. Tutorial 2 - looks and sounds. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at is the events and when flag is pushed. Now the looks and sounds are more of your aesthetics and sort of the last things you do to a project that you're working on, but we're going to start with it here. Now the first thing we have in the looks is things you can make your character say. So we can make the character say hello if we push play, and it will last for 2 seconds. We can make the character think. We can also do things like switching the character costumes. Now costumes can be set under this tab at the top, and you can see the cat comes with 2 costumes. You can also add more costumes here if you'd like to make your sprite do more things, but we'll learn about that a bit later on. For now, we're just looking at the 2. Now to make them really different, I'm going to change the color of the cat's nose in this one. I'm going to make him a bit of a Rudolph colored nose. Let's go like that. And I'm going to use this fill tool and just go boop, and give him a red nose, just so it's really different, and you can see that it's really different. And then I'm going to go back to code. So now you can see the cat has a red nose in this one. What I'd like to do is have the cat change between the 2 to give the illusion that he's walking, and you'll see the nose sort of light up between each one. And to do that, we can go next costume. So if I drag that in there and then hit play, you'll see it switches. And if I click it a lot, it kind of looks like the cat's walking. Now, not really so much because he's not moving, but if I was to say put move in there as well, have a look now. Now it looks like the cat is kind of walking along, doesn't it? So looks can be used to give that kind of illusion that something's happening with the character, but it also can do lots more. So let's go back to looks. You can see we can also change the size, and let me just get rid of these for now. You can change the size of your character. So I can change it by 10 if I push that now. I can change it by -10 if I put a negative in there, it gets smaller. And I can also make it, crazy amounts like 100 or positive 100 to make him really big. And underneath that you've got set size to 100, which if I do that makes him normal size again. Or once again you can make this bigger and he goes much bigger, or much smaller and you go smaller. So I'm going to leave that at 100. There we go. That's quite useful later on. And then some more tools we have just for his looks is we can change his color in here using a bit of block code to do it and not the manual way in costumes. And you see when I push the flag now, he changes color. I can also change different things in here. Now you don't really notice the effect much when you just have one. But what you can do is, using our old forever tool back under control, if I drag that in there and now push play, you'll see it warps all the way to 100%. I think that's the max. Now the other thing you can do under looks is you can go down again. You can say clear graphical settings. Now I'm going to move this across for now. Put that in there. It actually already did it for me. But this one can be used if you do that and hit play. If it has any graphical settings, it'll just reset it. I'm going to put the forever back, but I might change it to the color one first. If I put it in there and push play, you'll see he glows different colors. And stop that. Let's try another one. You can use a whirl effect. You'll see he kind of whirls around. Stop. We can use a pixelate effect, where he pixelates out. Once again, you can also put a negative in there if you want to go the other way for any reason. You got mosaic. There we go, where he just disappears. Well, kind of goes into many different little cats, doesn't he? Yep. And then you've also got brightness and ghost. So brightness just makes him really bright, and ghost kind of makes him just disappear. Which can be useful if, say, you're doing a project where you have enemies or something that come attacking. You can use ghosts to make them disappear if they get hit or anything like that. So once again, looks are pretty important. We use them more towards the end of our coding for, the cherry on top kind of things. You've also got a few more things down here. We don't use these until a lot later on. We do use hide and show quite a bit, which we'll do now actually. So just remove these and keep when flag is pushed. Put a show there. Then under control, event, get it when space key is pushed. And go back to looks, get a hide in there. So now you can see when we start, if you push space, he disappears. And then flag, he appears again. And like I said before, say you've got an enemy coming in, you can use this to hide a character or hide the enemy or whatever you want to do. Maybe you've got something that you don't want to be shown right now, you can hide it, and then when something happens, it triggers the show and then it appears. So it's quite useful as well. For the rest of this, we can get rid of that one, get rid of that. We're going to look at sounds. Now, sounds can be quite annoying if you have them playing all the time. Especially as if you put in, say, a cat sound and just keep pushing play. It constantly makes the little meow sound. And even worse is if you put a forever in there, like that, and hit play. It'll just meow constantly. It's definitely a way you're going to annoy your peers and your teacher around you, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. But, I mean, that's really what sounds are for. We don't use them much, but maybe when you're coming towards the end of your project and you want to make sort of sounds for when a character gets hit or, when you go through a door or anything like that, this is how you would do it. So that pretty much is all we have in looks and sounds. Click on the Save Now button, and once again, make sure that you have now 3 projects in here, 0, 1, and 2. And in our next tutorial, we're going to be looking at controls and sensing. So I hope you learned something then, and I'll see you in the next one.